You guys, this is history. What you've done was show.
You guys have built a platform that influences.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show.
Wake the up, Breakfast Club.
DJ Envy.
Envy playing my record, I made it.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess With The Mess. She don't spare nobody.
Charlamagne the God.
What made you think that liking of controversial questions would take his part?
I like this show.
Thanks, Breakfast Club.
Good morning, USA. Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Got to get gas this morning?
No, I didn't have to get no gas. I'm on time.
Barely.
What you mean barely?
You still got your jacket on, your hat on. You just bust through the door.
Who know that if you don't say nothing?
I'm snitching.
You know what I'm saying? I'm perfectly on time. I'm here. What's happening? How y'all feeling this morning? I'm blessed, black, and highly favored.
Sometimes in the morning he got to get gas, so he got to decide if he's going to be a little late or he's going to get the gas.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here with y'all.
Get gas at night, especially because you ain't got to get out your car. But I'm good. I zoomed through the tunnel today, and I switched lanes. And
okay. You switched lanes in the tunnel?
You're not supposed to switch lanes in the tunnel.
Definitely not supposed to do that. You know they got cameras in the tunnel.
Oh, my God.
They pulled me over one time for doing that. I switched lanes. I got on the other side. Definitely pulled me over. It was like, we seen you switch lanes. I was like, wasn't me. It was like,
they'll
wasn't
mail you
me,
tickets too,
for
though.
real. They what?
They'll mail you a ticket.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. I think the person in front of me did it.
So you just followed him?
Yeah. I thought they would just pull you over. I don't know why I didn't think it was cameras in the tunnel. Dumb me, but I did it, and I got here 5 minutes early.
Your makeup looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Did
it yourself?
Yes, I do my own makeup.
Okay, Jess.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can't keep coming here looking like a pregnant bum, so,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, well, today on the show, Long Island medium Teresa Caputo will be joining us.
Ooh, can't wait to sit and talk to Teresa Caputo.
She sees dead people.
I'm into, yeah, she does. I'm into mediums and individuals with those kind of gifts. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the thing is I always wonder who can really see it or who is it's a business for people. You know what I mean? Because there's no way to really tell. If
yes, it is. If you sit down and you talk to a medium and they tell you some things that nobody would know.
Yeah, until you sit down and talk to them. But I get scared. I mean, I believe in what they do. I just had the wrong perception of what they do because I watch so many movies. I've watched like the greatest sequels from Insidious, The Conjuring, Annabelle, and stuff like that. And I realized there's a difference between mediums and them. They are like, they do like exorcisms. They cast demons out and all that type of stuff. They can do medium work, but I just pair them all in the same boat, and they're not. They're two different things.
When they directly talk about something, then yes. But if they just like, Jess, I see chicken. Is there somebody in your family that eats chicken? Like, you know what I mean?
And it's my whole family.
You see what I'm saying? Well, I see soda. There's somebody in your family drink a lot of soda. Do you have a smoker in your family?
Absolutely.
I'm seeing smoke in your family. Like,
I've had some amazing experiences with some mediums. One was intentional. Like I meant to sit down with them. I made an appointment to sit with them. Another was unintentional. And both of them was very, 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 very on point.
Spot on.
Wow.
Spot on.
Okay.
Like when I think about what one told me back in 2006, it's like, damn, everything that person said came to pass.
Wow.
Literally.
Well, we're going to kick it with Teresa Caputo when she comes in a little bit, and we'll talk to her all about everything that we have questions about.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when we come back, Teslin Figaro will be joining us front page news to start the show. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's go. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tess.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God.
Peace, Ted.
All right. Let's jump right into it. Donald Trump.
Yeah, so everybody saw this news yesterday and was, oh my God, what's going on? Did he drop the charges? The Georgia judge, that is, dismissed some of Trump's Georgia charges. He now has 10 charges in Georgia instead of 13. Take a listen, but I'm going to break it down to you on the other side.
Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee threw out charges that accuse former President Trump and several of his co-defendants of pressuring public officers to violate their oaths as part of an alleged effort to overturn the 2020 election. McAfee said District Attorney Fonnie Willis and her prosecutors were not specific enough about the violations, writing, "The lack of detail concerning an essential legal element is fatal." Just 3 of Trump's 13 counts were tossed, including one for his January 2021 phone call to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Trump's legal team applauded the ruling.
It was a step in the right direction. It goes to the sloppiness of, frankly, the prosecutors down there.
Okay, guys. So this reads bigger than what it is. I admit, when I read the headline, this is why it's important to read more information in the headline. When I read the headline, I was like, oh my God, you guys say that all of a sudden now Trump's not going to be charged. But the judge is simply saying this is a technical issue, that the defense team needs more details in order to prepare for their defense. The state, they're saying that the state needs to be clear about what constitution was violated, whether it was the U.S. Constitution or the Georgia Constitution, but it's basically a technical issue. The state has several options. They can appeal the decision or re-indict, start all the way over, which is obviously probably not the favorable thing to do, or just add more additional details and give it the meat or the teeth, if you will, that the case needs in order to move forward. And they're saying just allege more so that they can have more information there, just so that the defense has an opportunity to prepare their case, basically.
So you're right, Taz, but it kind of doesn't matter because it's great optics for Donald Trump. Like, he's been telling people this is a witch hunt. He's been telling people this is all politically driven. He's been telling people this is nothing, and now he's getting charges dropped. Even if it's just a few charges dropped for whatever technical reasons, it's a win for him, and he can message that in a really good way.
Yep. Yeah, well, they are messaging in that. You're absolutely right. So two things can be true at the same time. It can be just a technical issue, something that they need to fix, something unfortunate that happened. And at the same time, like anybody would, you would want to use this to your favor. And they did. Right. They did a whole media run yesterday saying, we told you. They went a step in the right direction, particularly because, remember, this is the same judge that has to decide if Fani Willis will be dismissed from this case completely because of her relationship with Mr. Wade. So we're looking for a decision on that to happen either today or tomorrow. So when you couple that mix with this, of course they're going to use it for messaging.
Yep.
Is something you going to say, DJ Envy?
No. I was going to say, yeah. I mean, the fact that he had 13 charges and now it's 10, he's definitely going to use that. He's definitely going to say it's a witch hunt. Definitely going to say they're dropping charges. They didn't have enough proof, and I would ride it all the way to November. Yeah, absolutely, positively.
So we'll be looking for that story, guys. I'll be keeping up to see what's going to happen. I think that's probably more of a concerning issue if Fani's going to be able to proceed on with this case. So we should know that in the next day or so.
All right. Well, that is front page news. What are we talking about next hour?
Well, so the House, they seem to can't get anything else right, like dealing with homelessness and jobs and all the things that matter to the American people. But one thing they definitely agree on is banning TikTok. There was bipartisan support on that vote yesterday, so we're going to talk about that at the 7:00 hour.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions about that, so I can't wait to talk about that. All right, and that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Whatever's on your mind, you need to get it off your chest. Maybe you're having problems at the crib, or maybe you just feel blessed. Whatever it may be, call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Lynn from Columbus, Ohio. What's up?
Hey, girl.
Peace, Lynn.
Listen, I got a question for y'all real quick. Envy and Jess, do y'all love Charlamagne?
Of course. Absolutely, girl. What?
Listen, if y'all really love this man, why y'all keep letting him look homeless in these pictures with these celebrities y'all be taking? Huh? No, I'm tired of these homeless socks with the hobo sock with the what's the one picture last
Just be trying to hide his flip flops.
Why you homeless shaming people?
Just be trying to hide his stuff.
Girl, listen, I'm homeless shaming you, Charlamagne. Okay, I'm sick and tired. Envy, at least take your shoes off. Let Charlamagne take the picture first, right? And then I know Taylor be editing real good, so she can edit you in the picture, Envy, and we'll all be cool. But I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, for real.
Wait till you see me this morning.
Girl, if you saw this homeless Scully that he had on the bed, he got a nice outfit on, girl. She takes the shoes off as soon as he walk in there at 5:59.
I like to be comfortable.
Yes, and you be seeing these wetty ass sweaters he be wearing. Okay, I see the lens.
You see, I never post those pictures. Envy always coming in here looking like it's Sunday's best, and Charlamagne just be girl. No,
I like to be comfortable.
Okay.
No, it's not about comfort, Charlamagne. You've been comfortable for 14 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right?
That's right.
You got your face done. You're looking good out here trying to look like Morris.
Ow.
Morris would not be wearing no slippers like that with no hole in their socks.
Girl, and they be too big. The slippers is like a size 12.
Two sizes big. Two sizes too big.
Hey, his toes be gripping the front of the slide.
Thank you, Lynn.
I'm glad I can make your day this morning.
Oh, she's taking toes to be gripping the front of the slide. Yo.
Shay, what up, Shay?
Good morning, y'all.
Get it off your chest, Shay.
No, okay, so I wanted to say something about the donkey of the day yesterday. The mom who tampered with the little boy's juice.
Yes, ma'am.
The little boy who was stealing the juice should have got donkey of the day. Because why you stealing their child stuff? If you won't steal it, you better just drink it.
That's what I kind of said. I'm like, keep your stuff. Don't be stealing my stuff. And this happened. It seemed like a lot. He was bullying the kid.
Yeah.
He was 10 years old.
They lucky the mama didn't put Miralax in it. They talking about pepper and lemon juice. It should have been some X-Lax.
He was 10 years old,
the
man.
little boy on the toilet.
Yeah.
He was 10 years old, man.
10.
Like, come on.
10 or 9. He's bullying at a young age.
I agree.
Don't be bullying.
I agree.
You're
But
right.
the adult should have known better. There was another way for her to handle that.
Yeah, well,
Shay?
he shouldn't have been stolen.
You probably know why Charlamagne was probably that kid. He probably was the kid that was taking somebody else's Gatorade at 10 years old.
He looked like he was stealing
He
Gatorade.
probably was. And he would have been on the toilet with diarrhea from some Miralax.
Thank you, Shay.
All right, y'all.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Break it up.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Breakfast Club family. What's up? It's your boy Dingo.
Hey,
Dingo.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. I feel like I ain't talked to y'all all year.
What's happening, King? How are you?
Brother?
Man, I've been great, man. I've been just enjoying this self-love tour that I've been going on this year for myself. And it's been great, man. I've just been doing what I need to do for me and just living my life for me and not anybody else this year. It's been great.
I love to hear it, my brother.
Yeah, man. And last night, I went out on a date. I haven't been out on one of those in a minute, but it was she was an African queen. You know what I'm saying? She's from like Benin, and she spoke French, right? She's like her native language is French. It was a huge language barrier, right? She just came over here like a year ago, and went out. First time we met online, and I met her, picked her up, took her out, go bowling, we eat, we was talking, and we had a great time. It was vibing and chilling, but I just felt like the language barrier was a bit like intense because she could, understand every other thing that I was saying, and I had to talk slow because I talk fast. So it was a good time, but I just felt like she couldn't quite understand everything that I was saying, and then, I feel like she didn't really get to know everything, but she still liked me. So I was just like, how the hell do guys do this? Like, I'm sure I've seen interracial, I don't know how to pronounce that, but, languages or relationships where people don't speak the same language, but it works, right? So, is there any other guys out here, have y'all had that experience before? Like, dated someone that doesn't speak your language, and did it work? I was just kind of curious, and, I really
Go get you some Rosetta Stone, man. Learn a new goddamn language. If you really like her, you're going to learn her language, man.
Yeah, just go to Rosetta Stone and start learning French. Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name?
Oh my gosh, I'm Pie from Hood Talk Podcast.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Okay, so first I wanted to know, what do y'all think about this new girlfriend, well now wife of Usher? Like, was Confessions about her?
No, they always said Confessions was Jermaine Dupri's song. Now that was Jermaine Dupri wrote that about his life. That's what they always said.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, when he was dating Janet Jackson, and then he got a dancer pregnant.
Gotcha. Which I don't know what they see in their forehead, but hey, money turns people up.
What?
Also, is Charlamagne there?
I'm right here. What's up, Queen?
I'm great. I will be at your event. I think we're coming backstage. What are your sizes?
My size is a large. You coming to the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival?
Yes.
Okay, you already got your tickets?
Dayton, Ohio. Yes.
You already got your tickets?
Yes.
Okay, Saturday, April 27th in Atlanta. I'll see you there. I'm a large though.
Okay.
And
what you bringing me?
Shoes, you get 2 sizes too big.
Yeah, get them some shoes.
What you bringing me?
Some shoes. Okay, so we make rugs, we make T-shirts, we make mugs. Just something so we can stand out of all the podcasts. I know that we're bringing you stuff too, but
okay.
No, I appreciate it. I want your merch though. I want something that represents you.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
yeah,
right.
we're trying to be memorable.
That's right. You love hanging up on people.
We got a 9-year-old girl on the phone. I wanted to speak to her. I'm sorry, Pi.
This ain't getting up for school.
Denver?
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
You're
girl.
9 years old?
Mm-hmm.
What you want, girl? What's going on?
So I want Trump to win, not the greatest opponent, but I believe it. What?
She said she believes she can what?
I want Trump to win.
Oh, she said she wants Trump to win.
Well, she's 9 years old, so she can't vote. So her opinion is null and void.
But why do you want Trump to win, Mama?
It don't even matter. She's 9. She don't know no better.
I'm just curious to why she wants Trump to win.
Because her mother just told her to say that.
I believe in Daddy's statement. At least he takes care of America. He takes care of the rich people, though, but at least he takes care of America.
Let me ask you a question. How much you getting paid for this call?
I said.
I know what you said, but how much you getting paid for this phone call?
She that's off script for her. She don't know nothing else to say. So go get ready for school, girl.
I'm already ready.
I'm already ready.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have a good day at school.
You have a nice day.
Where you calling from?
Macon, Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. Well, you have a good morning. Tell your mama we said good morning too.
She right there. She can hear us. Bye.
She right there coaching her through the call.
Yeah.
Her mama or daddy or somebody.
She wasn't even ready for your question. She said, I said. That was off script.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got Jess with the Mess coming up?
Yes, we do. We have the breakdown into this TikTok ban.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Good
On
morning.
this beautiful Thursday. Let's get to Jess with the Mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, Jess don't do no lying. Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess with the Mess. I news is real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference. Keep it a stack.
Okay, former Boeing employee found dead. So Josh Barnett, a former employee of Boeing, was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His body was found in a car in a hotel parking lot. This is the news reports.
Tonight, a Boeing whistleblower now dead from an apparent suicide only days after his lawyer says he'd been deposed. John Barnett worked for Boeing for 32 years and was involved in a lawsuit alleging serious safety concerns with the 787 Dreamliner and retaliation from the company. His lawyers say Barnett was in very good spirits, and we didn't see any indication he would take his own life. But police in South Carolina say he died Saturday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His body found inside a car in a hotel parking lot. Since that incident, a 6-week FAA review of the Boeing production line has raised new concerns. The New York Times reporting Boeing failed 33 of 89 audits.
Well, there's always going to be suspicion around a whistleblower killing themselves, right?
Absolutely. After his retirement, he came forward and he took to TikTok. He made a TikTok video and it was very, very specific. He was like basically saying that they are a Build-A-Bear company. They have faulty wires. They actually have they should have recalls on like several parts but they just put this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And he actually came forward with some other Boeing employees to reveal Boeing priorities profits over safety. But he also talked to TMZ as well. And this is what he had to say to them before making the TikTok.
One, this is not a 737 problem. It's a Boeing problem. Back in 2012, Boeing started removing inspection operations off their jobs. So it left the mechanics to buy off their own work. So what we're seeing with the door plug blowout is what I've seen with the rest of the airplane as far as jobs not being completed properly, inspection steps being removed, issues being ignored.
So, I'm sorry, I meant to say this before we play that audio. So, in January, after an Alaska Airlines plane door panel blew off midair, that's what he had talked to them about it, because they were just trying to say it was a 737 problem. He was like, no, this is a Boeing problem, and I've seen this before. And listen, just this past week, 5 mechanical issues alone with Boeing airplanes have happened. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful when you fly, when you booking these flights. And you just always want to be careful. But I just feel like the death, and even after his death is so crazy, even after his lawyer said like he was in good spirits, he was fine, like he was moving on with another job, he retired or whatever, but he was moving on and everything, and then you just find him in a hotel parking lot dead, from gunshot wound to the head. Crazy.
Well, God bless him, sending him and his family healing energy. It's tragic either way, whether it was self-inflicted or somebody off them for being a whistleblower. It's terrible either way.
Absolutely. So I gotta cancel my flights this weekend. All right, look, 2 pilots fall asleep mid-flight. This is another flight, y'all. Listen, y'all never know what's
trying to
going
make
on.
airplane stock drop this morning?
Listen. Y'all need to get down to the nitty-gritty of this stuff and stop playing all the time. look, because you be on planes a lot. All right, you be all jet flying and all that, and I just want you to be safe because you're my brother. All right, me and Envy, we don't really go nowhere. So, you never know what's going on these flights. 2 flights of an Indonesian airline were investigated for falling asleep mid-flight.
Damn.
Yep. Both pilots were asleep at the same damn time for 30 minutes. Now, how it happened was the commanding pilot asked the second in command if he can take a nap because he was tired, you know. And he was like, yeah, I got you, you know, for the first leg. All right, cool. So when he woke up, he was like, all right, you ready to take your nap? And he was like, yeah. And he fell asleep like 15 minutes after the guy fell asleep. After the first one fell asleep, right? Now, the primary pilot had 35 hours of rest time before the flight. And the secondary pilot had 53 hours of rest time before the flight. The secondary pilot said that he's a new father to 1-month-old twins. And he had to wake up several times the night before the flight to help care for his kids because they were in between a move. They was moving.
Yeah, just because you got the rest time don't mean you resting.
That means you sleeping, yeah.
Exactly, but you also supposed to relay that. It's other pilots that they could have put in your place. Right. You know, you flying. It was 150 people on the plane. No one was injured, but that could have resulted. You know what I'm saying? Because
something bad,
it's something bad. And the air control people was trying to contact them for 30 minutes, right? And they had and they had ventured off, and they was on another path. And they could have crashed into another damn
they went in another
plane,
route. So
a whole nother route, like they was going somewhere else. And then meanwhile, the passengers in the back, you know, just not knowing what's going on.
That's right.
I thought they have autopilot in a lot of them planes where once they get to a certain level.
Contrary to what people are led to believe, flying remains a very hands-on operation.
That was crazy. The cockpit of the plane is supposed to be checked every half hour, but the investigation found that there was an absence of detailed procedure that might have made the cockpit check policy unable to be implemented. I ain't reading all that because that's not the nitty-gritty of it. Look.
Never mind.
What?
No, I don't care real quick. Hold up. Both pilots have been suspended, though. And you know what's also crazy? The first pilot was identified, but the secondary pilot, he wanted to stay anonymous, and he was able to stay anonymous. How are you able to do that? That's crazy. The safety board is recommending for airlines to do more extensive personal checklists for pilots, but for flights, though. But I think that's totally crazy. So y'all just be careful where y'all flying at. What's your text about? What?
Well, you know, I'm from South Carolina. That's home. But see, I don't know if somebody texted me to be funny right now because they think that I'm going to say this on the air.
What?
What they say?
They said that the whistleblower left a note saying, have him buried. Oh, never mind.
John Barnett?
Never mind.
You talking about John Barnett?
Yes.
No, don't start it and not finish it since you want to be a clown about it. This man is dead. What happened?
No. I'll let you see it afterwards. But because I just asked, can I report that? And they said, no, don't say it because it'll be headline news. So I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah. Don't mess up my news. Yes. Don't corrupt my news with all y'all jokes and plans.
No, this ain't jokes. This is a real thing that happened, but it just happens to be funny.
Oh, my God.
When I show you what it is, you gonna laugh.
I hate being a comedian. I'm telling you.
Don't ever hate having a sense of humor.
Oh my God.
Some things are just funny. Okay,
that is Jess With The Mess.
Regardless of how tragic the situation can be,
I can't deal with this
if
right
there's
now.
a fun, okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. Don't say nothing. Don't say it.
I'm not.
You gonna tell her not to say it? Y'all both say everything.
I can get fired. I ain't trying to do that.
See, I play too much. All right, when we come back,
oh my God,
on now.
We got front page news. When we come
see
back,
what I'm saying? And I'm glad they text me back and said don't say nothing because I damn sure was about to say that.
And I bet you he did not say that. Because he didn't know he was going to take it on. He didn't know.
I don't
front
know.
page news is next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What up, Tiz?
What's going on, DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy.
Hey, Tiz.
Now let's talk about this ban of TikTok.
Yeah, well, Congress can't agree on much these days, but they did come together, the U.S. House of Representatives, to try to ban TikTok. Let's take a listen. I'll give you some more information on the other side.
Fate of social media app TikTok hanging in the balance. In a rare moment of bipartisanship, the House voted overwhelmingly to pass a bill that would ban the popular platform unless it severs ties with the Chinese Communist Party. President Biden vowed to sign the bill if it passes the Democratic-controlled Senate. And if the bill becomes law, it would give TikTok's Chinese-based parent company ByteDance 6 months to sell the video sharing app, or it would be removed from app stores and web hosting services here in the U.S. Now, TikTok's massive lobbying efforts were not enough to stop the crackdown, despite a flood of phone calls to members of Congress and these online influencers who were here in Washington visiting Capitol Hill.
Now, there's a lot to unpack here before we get into it. A reporter did ask the White House press secretary if the president is concerned with TikTok, why is he on it? Because President Biden did say that if this makes it to his desk, he will most certainly sign it. But take a listen to the response on saying, hey, you on TikTok, so what about you guys? Take a listen.
If the president is so concerned about the national security risks around TikTok, why is he posting on the platform?
So I'll say this. Jake Sullivan, our national security advisor, just spoke to the more broadly why this bill is important, why we welcome this bill. Obviously, it's going to the process, and we're offering technical support. So I'll just leave that piece there. As it relates to the campaign, I would have to, and their strategy as it relates to TikTok, I'm just going to leave it to them.
So
okay,
I have
go
a
ahead.
question, Tez. I'm sorry. So is there proof that this that China is, I guess, watching us and researching us? Is there proof, or we're just saying that because it's a Chinese company and I guess the U.S. ain't effing with China right now? Like, is there proof, or there is no proof? Because it just seems crazy that we're just banning it after all these years.
That's what I believe.
Great question. And you're not the only one that feel that way. Actually, Congressman Jamal Bowman, New York City Congressman from the Bronx, actually made that point last night. I was watching him on MSNBC, and he said that there has not been adequate evidence that this platform has been manipulated by the Chinese authorities. He also said that we've had actual evidence of showing Russian election interference on Facebook, and nobody's talking about shutting that down. Now, I do want to make the point that what Nancy Pelosi is saying and all these other folks are saying on the other side of it, they're saying that it's one thing to have interference, on Facebook, just using it as an example, versus who's actually in charge of the app. And so they're saying that because China's in charge of the app, it runs a security list. But to your point, DJ Envy, Congresswoman Barbara Lee also said, rather than target one company in a rush and secretive process, Congress should pass a more comprehensive data privacy protection to do a better job on all of these apps. And basically what they're saying is the simple answer is there's not enough proof to really show it. They're just having this battle with TikTok. Another point I want to make is, in China, they have banned our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and that plays a part in it as well. So
exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's like
it's been like that forever,
tat.
though. That's why I don't understand. Like, number one, America isn't the only country in the world that has banned TikTok. Like, there's other countries in the world that have banned TikTok, and China has most American social media platforms banned, so they're getting a taste of their own medicine. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
I think there's like 8,500 TikTok employees here in the U.S., so a lot of people will lose jobs. But if there's no evidence of them spying on us, it just seems difficult.
TikTok's not going nowhere. TikTok, they just want TikTok to get out of the grasp of China. They want them to sell to a company here in America.
But how do you do that? How do you say there's no proof of you spying? We just don't like you. So
how do we know there's no proof of them spying?
Because she said there was no proof.
Yeah,
man, clearly these people know more about this than we do. If it's already banned in several countries around the world,
because a lot of people just don't like China.
It's like
no, that's not
I think we should worry about
let me say this for clarity.
They've been like that.
Yeah, so let me say this for clarity. I don't want to say absolute. There's no absolute no proof. They're saying there's not adequate proof. So I just want to put that out there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think this is also, guys, TikTok is doing a tit for tat. Was saying, hey, our America is, if you will. Mm-hmm. You've banned our America Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, so now we're going to ban you. But I also think there's another point, guys. Remember, China's TikTok is very different than ours.
That's right.
Their TikTok is education-based.
Right. That's right.
Their kids are learning science, projects. Meanwhile, our TikTok, is about practicing dance routines. But I also want to make this point.
And they got a time regulation on it.
We made it like
yes,
that.
They do.
Yeah.
And I also want to make this point that there are 5 million businesses on TikTok as well. So this is not just, to your point, DJ Envy, a lot of people will lose business. A lot of people will lose income as well. So it's just a lot, going on with this. The Senate is not sure if they're going to pass this or not. It still has to go to the Senate. They say they're going to take their time, but just honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it passed.
It just seems very bullying. Like, yeah, well, You better sell it to a U.S. company or you ain't going to be able to be rocking the U.S. anymore. That sounds crazy.
It is just about money at the end of the day, because if it's really truly about anything else, then they would just want it to go away. But it has to be sold to somebody that they approve of.
Right.
Like, what?
Well, if lawmakers say TikTok is a national security threat, and there's plenty of countries around the world who already have banned TikTok, there's got to be something to it. And we all know that they're not going to always tell us everything. That's just the reality of the situation.
But they can also tell us anything.
They can also tell us anything. But I just look at the examples of what's happening around the world. Like TikTok has been banned.
But they're not banning it. They just have a better version for their children because they just don't want their children sitting up watching foolishness all day.
Why would China ban it?
And they have always been that way. They're always like that about their education and how strict they are with their government and everything.
Yeah, so China's not banning it. They're just saying we're only going to...
Yeah, why would China ban it? It's theirs.
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm making a point. They're not banning it. They're saying we want a better version. But I do think there's something to that, though, Charlamagne. What Jess and DJ Envy is saying is this does have a lot to do with the money now as well. We're saying we want Meta to be able to buy it. Microsoft tried to buy it and had a failed attempt. Mm-hmm. So do you think, can two things be true at the same time? Can we say that there could be a possible security risk, but they want the bag?
Two things can be true, but I think the security threat is the bigger issue. Especially when you see other countries around the world banning it, and it's the reason that China has most American social media platforms banned too. All these mother effers be spying on each other. If China thinks America's social media platforms are a national security threat, and America thinks China's TikTok is a national security threat, guess what? They're probably both right.
Then how far do we go? But how far do we go? Do we not let Chinese businessmen come in and build hotels and build all these corporations and buildings that they have because they're not getting data on us?
That's not getting data.
But they could be spying on us. When they get hotels, people check into hotel rooms. I know a lot of countries were having. Yeah, I know a lot of countries were having problems because they were building hotels and building resorts in different nations and in different areas, and people were having problems with that.
People were mad because they don't like to see other people come in and buy up all your land. That's what they get mad about in the Caribbean. That's what they get mad about in Africa. That's what we should be getting mad about here.
Basically, what you're saying, Envy, is TikTok is not the only way that they can spy on us if they wanted to spy on us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it also, again, there's been Russian interference with Facebook, so they still can interfere, but it's different than the spy conversation. So I get your point. But I also want to throw out there that, yes, Charlamagne, they are concerned about us spying on them. But there is still the point, though, that China has banned our social media. A lot of it has to do with them just thinking our social media is trash as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want us to have influence on their kids.
And they always felt that way. That's just them not wanting to bleed our stuff into their kids.
And also, this is just the beginning of a lot of rules and regulations that are going to be implemented on a lot of these social media platforms. I think that it's going to come a time, especially on YouTube, they're going to make people get a license to be on YouTube. The same way we have to have a license to broadcast, when they start putting those type of rules and regulations on YouTube, because people be getting on YouTube acting like they real live news sources and dispensing a bunch of misinformation. It's going to come a point in time where a lot of you YouTubers that are so-called broadcasters, y'all gonna have to get licenses because of the rules and regulations that they're gonna implement on YouTube. Let's see how much y'all love the gossip then. when you gotta pay for that $1 million license and you getting these $1 million fines for spreading misinformation. Let's see how much y'all care about spreading falsehoods about people then.
All right.
And then, and can I put this point in there right quick? They get mad about it if they want to, but at one point Trump wanted to ban TikTok by an executive order. He switched the game up on this as well. Now he's saying, oh no, we need to be looking out for TikTok. But they say that the reason why he's done that is because a major Republican donor that has stake in ByteDance has been one of his funders. So again, this is how we see politics, and because Biden is for banning, so obviously Trump want to be against it because it's campaign season. So there's just a lot of politics involved in this, and we'll just keep watching the story.
Hey, that's also not going to get Biden's approval rating is already in the toilet with the youth. Banning TikTok ain't going to help that.
Definitely help.
He's been over there on TikTok actually doing quite well. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Tess.
You're welcome.
And make sure you follow at Tesla and Figaro on all social media platforms, and subscribe to Tesla and Figaro's podcast, The Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
All right. When we come back, the Long Island medium, Teresa Caputo, will be joining us, and we're going to talk to her next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes.
Teresa Caputo.
The Long Island Medium. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am fantastic. It's such an honor to be here with you all.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, Teresa, I have to tell you, there are some people in this room who aren't believers.
Oh.
There are some people in this room who said we should pray before you walk in.
I prayed before I walked in too, so don't worry.
Nice. What do you say
I
to
pray
those,
all the time.
What do you say to those skeptics?
I get it. I'm the first one to say that what I do is crazy. How can someone communicate with someone that has died, right? But I'm never asking anyone to believe in what I do. I really don't care if people believe in what I do.
Yeah.
I want people to believe in themselves, and I want them to believe in an afterlife. And to believe and to know that the things that they sense and feel and reminds them of their departed loved ones, to know that it is real, that it is their loved one's soul reminding them that they're just with them in a different way.
So what is a medium for people that don't know? What do
They
you see?
say a medium, I'm able to connect with people that have died. So I sense and feel things that other people typically don't. So I guess just to give you a little background, I've been seeing the souls of the departed since I'm 4. So for me, it is normal to see someone standing at the foot of my bed at night, hear someone speak to me in a room, and there was no one else in the room but myself. Growing up, my parents never made a big deal about the things I would say and do. I would say to my mom, I don't feel right. I feel different than everyone else. I don't feel like I belong here.
Yeah.
And my mom literally said to me one day, she's like, listen, you're not adopted. Stop feeling that way. You belong to this family, you know? And,
You're like, Mom, that's not what I'm talking about.
yeah, it was just something deep in my soul. Like I felt that there was something missing, and that didn't go away until I accepted my gift. And I struggled with my gift for probably almost a decade, because I am Catholic.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a practicing Catholic. I always say, even though they don't agree with what I do, they take my money every week, but that's a different show. You know, and I struggled with my gift because I couldn't understand why someone would want to go see a medium. So I put my gift in God's hands, and I said, listen, if this is my soul's journey and this is what I'm supposed to do here in the physical world, then I put my gift in your hands, you open the doors, and I will gladly walk through them with my gift. And here I am over 2 decades later, delivering messages all over the country, all over the world, of faith, hope, and peace.
Now, to me, he trying to tell you that I said I don't believe. I didn't say I don't believe.
Oh, I
watched.
he just said there was some people, in which I get.
I like to be like, it's me.
Yeah.
So I didn't say that I don't believe. I just watch so many movies, right? And so I believe. I'm just kind of like scared of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just for some reason, like,
it is.
You know, like you have like the Conjuring, Insidious sequel, and Annabelle's and all that stuff.
Oh, I don't watch any of those movies.
So you don't watch that type of stuff?
I'm afraid of the dark. I still sleep at a nightlight.
Okay.
So I'm afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
56. I still live next door to my parents, so I have a lot of separation anxiety.
Right.
But no, the best movies that I depict how I am is The Sixth Sense, because that's how it was for me growing up. I would see things, and also ghosts. Because I feel things. I can't explain it. Nothing really cool happens. It just happens. So I know that there were 3 souls when I was walking through here. So what happens is when I walk, they say I'm empathic, if that's what you want to call it, but I feel things. And souls will bring me through their departure. So I know there was someone that died from something where they took something that caused or attributed to their departure, because as I was walking through, my mouth got like really dry and I have like this taste in my mouth. And then I was also having difficulty breathing. So I'm having a lot of difficulty taking a deep breath. So that's my Ciofalo, where someone passed from the chest, heart, lungs, or chest.
I'm sure you experienced a lot of that after COVID. You after COVID.
Yeah, but no, that's how I've always felt spirit. I always felt, that's how I always felt it. They actually bring me through their departure. You know, when souls can't say, oh, I passed from COVID, I don't get a lot of people that have passed from COVID, you know, believe it or not. Or they don't come through that way. And I also believe and respect that a lot of people don't, what I do is not for everyone. Some people don't need to hear from their departed loved ones, or they don't want to, for whatever reason. And I never force a message on someone. I just know I sense and feel things for a reason.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of readings from mediums. One, not intentionally. Just a person saw me and said he saw the guides around me and gave me one. And then somebody I sat with. So do you see the guides around people too?
I see things differently. Like I feel.
Okay.
I feel. So there is a father energy present in this room. So father for me it could be a grandfather, a father-in-law. Sometimes it could even be someone that was like a dad to someone. I feel that, but they make me feel that bond. Sometimes also like a brother like a brother. Might not be your brother, but it was like a good friend that died. That's how I feel. There was a lot of tragedy also as I walked through because I started tasting blood. So that's my symbol for there were either internal injuries or blood at the departure. But I will say there was no soul that specifically stepped forward to say that I am going to speak. So I don't know. It could be someone in that room. Maybe someone doesn't want to hear because especially with tragedies, some people are afraid of what they might hear.
Now, is it something where people, and I'm not familiar with mediums and how it works. So is it something like where, let's say it's somebody saying, hey, I'm here because I want to talk to that person? Do you get that a lot where, let's say a grandmother, a father, mother, brother, sister be like, hey, I want to talk to Jess or Envy or Charlamagne? Do you get that?
No. Like I don't know who. I'm very drawn to that other room. I don't know. I don't even know if there's anybody in the other room because I can't see, but I'm very drawn to that room in there.
So it's not like a portal where you open up the portal and you can pull people out the portal. That's what I assume it is. Maybe I watch too many movies. No.
Listen, I'm not bothering anyone. They're bothering me.
Right.
That's, like I'm not asking like someone. I don't sit with someone and they say, "Oh, can I speak to my dad?" No one ever says to me, "Oh, so and so passed. Can you see?" If that does not happen with any of my.
So what
readings.
happens? So break it down. And not. I just don't know.
Yeah,
we all watch movies, and then you think movies is how it is,
right? And especially I have a TV show. Everyone thinks, oh, everything's edited. Of course, things are edited, but the readings are the readings, you know. So what happens is, what I do is I give a speech on how I communicate with spirit and what someone can expect over the next few moments, and then once I start sensing and feeling things, is when I start communicating.
Gotcha.
So See, I'm having a lot of difficulty breathing, and then I just had this regurgitate, something where I felt like I was starting to regurgitate.
Right. And he wants you to break it down and do all of this.
So that's just so sometimes the soul will just make me feel how they died first. Usually I want to, I want them to, communicate a certain way. It doesn't always work that way. It depends on who's channeling and also who's receiving the messages. Because if someone comes and they're very, spirit's got to work very hard. Yeah. Sometimes people that come are too eager, that can also mess things up too, because they're like, I want to hear this, I want to hear that, And you know what? It's not always like that, because what I also learned that there are common ways that people pass, common burdens and guilts that we might connect to someone's departure. So these things are common. So what I have spirit do is I have them talk about things that you would never expect spirit to bring up and talk about.
Like deep, dark things that only that person would know?
Well, maybe things that happened years ago to remind someone of the happier times. Talk about things that have happened since they've died, to validate through every breath that we take that they're with us, just in a different way. One of the number one things a soul will have me say to someone is, please let them know that I heard them say goodbye. I think that's something common. So now a soul might have me talk about things that person hasn't shared with anyone else. Never anything that is going to embarrass someone or call them out on things. It could be something that they said to them in their own personal thoughts or prayers. Wow. A specific conversation that they had with someone last week at the grocery store. If they had the opportunity to sit with their physical body and there was no one in the room, they'll describe things that happened, and then I want them to communicate with their personality and also with laughter.
All right, we have more with the Long Island medium, Teresa Caputo. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Long Island medium, Teresa Caputo. Now, I got a question. Have the police ever called you, like saying, hey,
no,
this person's dead. Let's see if we can get this person to find out who the killer is? Because, I mean...
No.
Why are you looking at me like that? That would be if somebody's
no, it's true.
Yes.
There are a lot of mediums or psychics that do work with the police and things like that. I've never been asked to. Again, one of the things that I struggled with, I couldn't understand why I had this ability to do. And I believe everyone can connect with their own loved ones. That's what I want people to believe in. I want them to know that. And when I was shown that there were people, they couldn't move on after the loss of a loved one, I said, that's what I want to use my gift for. I don't want to use it for anything else. I don't care about anything else. I don't even want to know people's stuff. I got my own stuff. Right. I got my own problems. I want to be able to help people to heal. Yeah. And it's amazing on the people that I come in contact with that they just look like there's nothing wrong. And then you find out that they lost a child or their loved one was murdered and no one was being held accountable.
I never looked at it from that angle, but that makes a lot of sense. Like the closure that you probably can provide a lot of people.
Yeah. I look at it as more as peace and comfort. I feel closure is so final, and what I do really shows that there truly is an afterlife.
Yeah, so they're not hearing the physical anymore, but spiritually.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there is a young gentleman that just stepped forward. So young for me is anyone that left the physical world before their time, and he tells me that he takes responsibility for his departure. So when a soul takes responsibility for their departure, it means that they take responsibility for their actions, non-actions. Doesn't mean intentionally, that caused or attributed to the passing.
Okay.
So I am very drawn over here. So I don't know if it's someone in that room or this gentleman over here. So also what happens is I also say to people, I channel only the souls that walk in God's white light.
Ooh, explain that. Break that down. So if you went to hell, you
only God,
so
only souls that walk in God's white light.
So what does that mean? There's a hell?
So that they're with God, yes. Wow. Now, I've seen souls. I'm going to tell you a story of what happened. I was doing a live show, and I was channeling this woman's daughter. Her daughter was murdered by her boyfriend, and then he killed himself. And I said to the mother, I said, I can see your daughter. I can see there's somebody with her, but I can't feel anything from them. I could just see it's a soul, but I can't lower my vibration. And he couldn't raise his. I said, but so he's channeling through your daughter, and your daughter wanted you to know that he is remorseful and he is sorry for taking her life.
Wow.
And the woman, and after the words came out, and this is in front of 5,000 people, I'm saying to myself, what did you just say? And the woman looked at me and she said, I walked in this theater, and that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know if my daughter was in heaven and if my daughter was okay, that if he was remorseful and was sorry for what he did, and if he knew that he took my whole life with him the day that he killed my daughter.
So you can do that? Like that's like a three-way call. So you can be in hell and channel through somebody?
Oh, I was not low. No, he was at I don't know what.
I'm saying you said he channeled through her.
Souls never said to me it's hot down here, so I go with that. There is no hell.
Okay.
Whether if there's do I believe that there are different levels?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
souls
gotcha.
enter a level. Souls that are up here, they can lower their vibration to be and help another soul, but that soul can't raise their vibration until the soul learns the lesson.
Wow.
What do you know about the afterlife tree? Like I'm asking, like what do you?
All I know is through my own communication from the souls of the departed. What they have shown me, they have described things of that we're greeted by our other loved ones that have gone on before us, and that we go through a life review. So we have to review our life and see on how if we handle things differently. So when souls channel through me and they tell someone that they're sorry, it means that their soul had to relive their life through their loved one's eyes to feel what it was like because of their actions, choices, and decisions. And then the soul is able to grow on the other side.
Because you got me wondering if you're a soul and you're stuck in a low vibrational dimension, is there any way to raise it?
By learning. I don't know exactly what that is, but learning through your life lessons.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have 2 kids.
Okay. And they don't have they ever experienced any of these gifts?
My daughter
really
has, and now I have a granddaughter. She's 2, and she's shown some signs of,
wow.
Yeah. But young children are very spiritually connected to the other side.
Absolutely.
Right. So
they just got it. It's still fresh out.
It is their minds aren't busy or like burdens, right? Because what we do is we beat ourselves up. We're all with worries, right? And kids, they say the darndest things. Even animals, when animals bark at nothing, or gravitate to a corner or look at things and stare and there's nothing there, they're looking at spirit. They're looking at souls.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. But you're not a psychic though, right?
No, I don't predict anything.
Okay.
I don't.
And you can't see things coming?
If there is something that we can prevent, like if a health issue or something like that, if we can prevent something, then spirit is absolutely allowed to talk about that. But if we can't prevent something or help someone, then I don't want to know about it. And I always tell people when souls bring up things, if they're like, oh, you were gonna move, you're gonna go on a vacation. That doesn't mean you go home and you call the travel agent and book a vacation. Or if you were gonna move or quit your job. It's always spirit's way of just validating. And I'm very, very strict about that. I tell people this does not mean this is what you should or shouldn't do. This is just spirit validating that they know what you're going on. They support your choices and decisions, and that's it.
All right, we're still kicking it with Teresa Caputo. She is the Long Island medium. We'll be back as the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious. Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with the Long Island medium, Teresa Caputo. She sees dead people. Yes, she does. Charlamagne?
Now, you have 2 shows now, but you had a very long-running show on TLC.
Correct.
Did you see them canceling that? Or how did you feel when that happened?
Well, it really wasn't canceled. It was just the end of my contract.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
I
okay.
ran,
It was on for a long time.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, really long time.
Somebody always feel like when something is over, it's been canceled.
Yeah. It's, when it comes to an end, things, I feel like that was being, doing Long Island Medium was the introduction to people to me of what I do.
Absolutely.
And to open their eyes to that. And then, with this new series on Lifetime, Raising Spirits, it's a deeper look into even my personal life of what it really is like for me when I'm out on the road. I live on a tour bus for weeks on end and traveling all over the country and doing live shows. And then on my days off, like hitting people on my, waiting list that have been waiting for a reading and surprising people. So it's really, it's pretty amazing to have, that opportunity, after being on television for 10 years. And then to have that again is just remarkable.
So what's the difference between Raising Spirits and Beyond the Reading?
Oh, Beyond the Reads is, so they go a little bit deeper. They go back, they're revisiting the people after the reading, months later, to really see how the reading or the experience has changed their life or how it has affected them. And then we're also showing readings that we weren't able to see in that time, or more expansion of the reading as well. Because usually a reading is about 45 minutes. When I do a private reading, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. Wow. I really want people to feel that, spending that time with their loved ones,
How do you handle it when the spirit wants you to deliver bad news?
So I don't really deliver anything negative, only good things. I kind of treat spirit like my kids. You have nothing nice to say, they don't say anything at all.
Wow.
I really use my gift for healing. And you'd be surprised on what people hold on to. I always try to tell people, just be nice to people, because you really don't know what people have been through in their life, or what they've gone through, or what they're carrying. And, you can really change someone's life. There are so many countless stories, and they're very, very emotional. And then the emails that I get after is just incredible.
How do you deal with non-believers, right? Because there's so many people that are so quick to say what you're not doing. And I see somebody say they'll give you $1 million if you could prove it. So how do you deal with all the quote-unquote hate?
Listen, you could. Everyone believes in what they want to believe. I'm not here to prove anything to anyone.
Right.
But speak to the people that have had the experience, and how it changed their life. And why would someone want to take that from someone if it helped them? So that, that's crazy to me. Like, why would you try to take that from someone,
Yeah.
But I am very curious about the other room in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing? What are you seeing over there?
I just feel, I'm just having a lot of difficulty concentrating.
We also don't know what this building was before, right? So
yeah, but I feel that it's someone in there. And I also have to respect the fact that when someone does pass tragically, that someone is afraid of what they might hear, or sometimes even might not hear.
Somebody did, but what are you feeling? Because somebody did pass.
I feel joy. It's the same way, like I could say to someone, oh, did you lose, like I might say to someone, oh, did you lose a child? But I'll feel removed. That means that person didn't lose a child, but they know someone that lost a child. Could be a coworker, a friend. But I felt it when I walked, when I walked
walking through to come in here.
And I know what I feel, and I'm the first one to say that I misinterpreted something, I don't understand something, but there are certain things that I cannot misunderstand. So I know that is a tragic departure, and that it was afraid that my soul was not at peace. But I also do feel like that there's a lot surrounding this departure, because he just showed me a puzzle where there were pieces missing, and when I went to go put the pieces back in, they don't fit. So that means that someone has questions about the departure, or things don't seem right, or we have 3 different stories.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Yeah, I get it. Do the spirits stay the same age?
No. So, well, it's interesting. It depends. So, like, I've had souls, miscarriages or even a termination. They'll show me, they'll hand me a blanket, and then they'll show me growing. That means that the soul has been on the other side for some time, that the soul has grown. Sometimes someone older, they'll come through at a younger age, because that's how they want their loved one to remember them. They don't want them to remember them sick or suffering. Sometimes I'll say to someone, oh, but your son is stepping forward at like the age of 7. And they'll say, well, that's how I remember him. I dream of him at the age of 7. So I do know that the souls do grow from what they show me. and they're much healthier. They don't take all of that sadness, the sorrow, the suffering. That's why I love when souls channel with their personality, because sometimes if they died in a tragic way, someone might feel that their loved one isn't at peace or safe with God. Or we watch them suffer for years with an illness that actually took away their personality. And that's hard.
Yeah.
And then to show that from the moment the soul leaves the physical body, they leave behind every and any disability and or ailment. They do not take it with them on the other side.
What are you learning at this age? What are you still learning about yourself and your gifts?
I learn every single day. I learn that it's I learn to love, honor, and respect myself more than anything. I learn a lot of gratitude. I never take anything for granted, and I feel that I've always been a very nice person, but I feel I go above and beyond of to be nice to people, to show people kindness, because it's important, and that we're all the same. And we're all going through our own struggles, our own stuff, and just be a little bit kinder to people. I've learned a lot of compassion through the work that I do.
I was going to ask you, was there ever a time you felt like that maybe you didn't want to do this? But after hearing you, and hearing you talk, it's like, nah, because you don't even accept negative. You don't you.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this too. It's very hard doing what I do.
Yeah.
I make what I do look very easy. Yeah. And it's the hardest thing that I have to do. But it's the people that when I read someone and I see that it gives them their life back, in a sense, I can feel it. You could see it. And, I'm just going to share this story with you because this just happened. And it goes to show where you don't realize it. I was doing a large venue. It had to be about 4,000 people. And I looked at a young lady and I said to her, God wants you to know that he took your baby. And I was like, oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And
you said you don't deliver negative news.
Well, wait. And she looked at me and she said, and God wants you to know that he's proud of you and the woman that you've become. And she said, I've carried this for 30 years. She says, I was raped by a family member and became pregnant, and I was not allowed to have an abortion. And I prayed for God to take my baby. And I lost the baby the next day. And she said, I've been carrying this guilt that I prayed for God to take my baby. She says, and she goes, and now I'm gay. She goes, so now I don't know where I'm going. I go, well, I talk to the dead, so we'll go in a hell in a handbasket if it's real. And we'll go together.
You didn't know she was gay? You didn't have like a taste in your mouth?
No taste. No taste.
What kind of taste would that be, Charlamagne?
No, it was sweet. It was not salty. Listen. I love God and Jesus.
And some good jokes.
And I'm fly, but listen.
He played too much.
Listen. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, Teresa, we appreciate you for joining us. The Long Island Medium.
That's right. And make sure you watch Raising Spirits, 8 p.m. Thursdays on Lifetime, and Beyond the Readings.
That's right.
When does Beyond the Readings come on?
They start up soon. They're going to be specials throughout. The season is running all the way through May. So we have 20 episodes. So we got a lot of episodes. Just keep checking your local listings and my website to see if I'm live. Come see me in a live setting.
Well, thank you, Teresa Caputo. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get straight to Jess with the Mess.
News is real. Jess Hilarious, Jess Moore. Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess with the Mess. News is real.
On the Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
So earlier in front page news, Teslin Figueroa had reported that the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that will lead to a nationwide ban on TikTok. But what she did not get into is what the U.S. also not trying to get into as well. So TikTok parent company is allegedly a Chinese technology firm called ByteDance. That's what it's called, right?
ByteDance?
Yeah, ByteDance. All right. So the owner, America is just like, of course, they don't like China or whatever, right? So they're just trying to blame it solely on China. But the CEO of TikTok and the owner of ByteDance is a Singaporean businessman, right? His name is Shuzi Chu. Okay, and he's been interrogated by the U.S. and he said he has no affiliates, like he's not affiliated with the Chinese at all, and he's married to an American woman, and he served 2 years in the military, right? And he's been heavily interrogated, and he also had said this.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. Just wanted to share some thoughts with our US users about the disappointing vote in the House of Representatives. Over the last few years, we have invested to keep your data safe and our platform free from outside manipulation. This legislation, if signed into law, will lead to a ban of TikTok in the United States. It will also take billions of dollars out of the pockets of creators and small businesses. It will put more than 300,000 American jobs at risk, and it will take away your TikTok. We will continue to do all we can, including exercising our legal rights, to protect this amazing platform that we have built with you. I encourage you to keep sharing your stories, protect your constitutional rights, make your voices heard. Love you all.
So that's the owner.
Yep, that is the owner.
So
Yes,
he's not. It's not a Chinese.
He is not
owner.
a Chinese guy. He is a Singaporean businessman who served 2 years in the military, and I don't know why he is married to an American woman, but they don't care about that. But the whole thing is,
Singapore's in Asia.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, it's in Asia.
It's in Asia. Is it in China?
No. It's in Asia.
So, yeah, basically that's what he's saying. And then also, if the ban goes into effect, right, if let's say somebody from the U.S. that they approve of does buy it, okay, the current users' accounts will still be active but won't be able to upload or update. And, we need those updates with these social media platforms. And no new users will be accepted, and the app will not be downloadable. So they really trying to put a lock on this, okay? Yeah. So that's the whole point of, and then they're trying to control our info intake. I mean, we learning too much, and America's prejudice, but we're definitely trying. But they don't like how much information is being released. That's the whole point too.
I don't know what's going on because if they say TikTok is a national security threat, and you see all these other countries who have banned TikTok, then clearly the powers that be know more about what's going on than we do. And China blocks all our social media platforms as well. So
yeah, but listen, also we made the social media like that. No, it's other stuff on. It's all types of rabbit holes that you would probably get lost in on TikTok. It's some stuff about you on there. All types of rabbit holes.
And it's a lot of misinformation too.
It is.
But that's all. But
it's a lot of misinformation on Google. It's a lot of misinformation on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Instagram,
on X,
all over the place. So if we're gonna argue one, argue all.
I think it's a national security. That's what they're saying. The lawmakers are saying it's a national security threat. I just know that these people know more about this stuff.
But if that's the case, hasn't it always been a national security problem for the last how long has it been around?
But they've been trying to shut it down. This ain't new.
Okay.
This is not new.
But if it's a national security threat, they would have shut it down immediately. If it's that much of a threat.
Yeah, if it is.
Right, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then it's also the China of it all, okay? The China, as Trump would say. So, Airbnb bans use of indoor cameras. This week, Airbnb announced that they are prohibiting the use of indoor security cameras in vacation homes globally. Now, this speaks volumes to me because I'm a person that when I travel, I do my shows and all that type of stuff. I do typically rent nice Airbnbs. I don't like the whole hotel thing no more. The decision comes after multiple reports of Airbnbs having hidden cameras in the hallways, in the living rooms, the dining rooms, and in the kitchens. Airbnbs previously allowed these indoor cameras in common areas of homes as long as the hosts share where the cameras are on the Airbnb listings. But I've rented an Airbnb before, and it wasn't even on the website that they had a camera in the hallway, like when you come through the door, and it showed like the living room and the hallway leading down to the kitchen. So they don't always put it on the listings or whatever. But the outdoor cameras will also be limited. Now I understand these owners of their property, they want to keep an eye on their properties or whatever.
And investment, of course.
But inside the home is just a little too much.
Well, I understand, but I guess people do that because, somebody might say, I only want, and I don't know, I never stayed at an Airbnb, but I guess it'd be like, you can only have 5 people in the house, or there's no parties, or there's no this, and the only way that they can really see is through the cameras, or somebody's effing up their property.
But you keep one by the door. You keep one by each door because you can't get in the house through the roof.
Privacy is very important because if you rent an Airbnb, you want to move around the Airbnb like you at home. So you want to walk naked.
But if somebody's effing up your Airbnb, you want to be able to see that too and prove that they really messed up your Airbnb as well. Because it's only in common areas. It's not in the bedrooms. It's not in the bathrooms. It's the living room.
Well, the same could be said for hotels. Then.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the risk you take when you do stuff like that.
You stay in a hotel. They got cameras all in the bedrooms and everything.
Yeah. So the new policy goes in effect on April 30th, y'all. So for people like me, that's wonderful. See, Envy don't rent Airbnbs. So he don't know. And you got cameras all over your house, but that's your family. You know each and every person in your house.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I got cameras in my house.
But I don't do Airbnb because I don't feel like it's safe enough.
Yeah.
You know, hotel, you got to go through the lobby, you got to get in the elevator, then you got to find the door. That's three things of safety.
Yeah.
Airbnb, I just kick down your door. I got you.
Yeah, so you just don't. So what type of housing do you like? It's like I'm joking. All right, that's just for the mess. That's just for the mess for the second hour, y'all. Because he played me on air.
Goodness.
But
all right, Jess. Who you give me a donkey to, man?
Hold on, let me finish kikiing. Kiki. Okay, 4 after the hour. 4 after the hour, we need Alexis Harnett to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her, please.
All right, we'll get to it next. And then after that is Jess Fix My Mess. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, get on the phone lines right now and Jess will help you out. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
I was donkey up the day. Made it.
damn, he hard again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Jess Hilarious, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, March 14th goes to a young lady named Alexis Harnett. Alexis is 27 years old from Horry County, South Carolina. Dropping the clues bombs for South Carolina, my home state. Okay. Now, Alexis and her boyfriend, Worden Butler, have been getting complaints from their neighbors. Yes, recently filed documents from prosecutors detail a history of alleged harassment with affidavits provided by multiple neighbors. Now, the couple rent a home from Butler's mother, who actually requested to dismiss an injunction because the courts is trying to kick them out of their house. Why, Uncle Charlotte? Well, that's because they be wilding. All right, they be wilding on the neighbors. See, recently, Alexis decided to cosplay as Pookie in New Jack City. She decided to do jumping jacks naked in her front yard. I can't make this kind of stuff up. A neighbor told police that they saw her in her front yard screaming and doing what appeared to be jumping jacks while topless.
What's up, baby? You got skim milk in them titties or what? One and a two and a three and a four.
Now, Alexis was arrested on Sunday and charged with 1 count of obscene exposure. She was released from jail after posting a $10,000 bond on Tuesday afternoon. Now, this was just the latest stunt that Alexis pulled to try to harass her neighbors. And I know you're probably thinking doing jumping jacks topless in your own yard isn't considered harassment. Well, you haven't seen her mugshot.
Oh, boy.
Okay, if you look at her mugshot, then you would know why nobody probably wants to see her titties. Okay, always remember, if a human is cosmetically challenged, seeing them naked is harassment, but if they are attractive, seeing them naked is your lucky day. Okay, pull up Alexis' mugshot if you don't believe me. I bet you this is what Samara Morgan looks like behind her hair, but I digress. But that's not the reason she's getting Donkey of the Day. The reason she's getting Donkey of the Day is because of what she was accused of back in November. Let's go to WMBF News for the report, please.
Right now, one of the people accused of burning a cross to scare their neighbors is back in jail.
Yeah, this arrest comes as new documents claim a fight over the property line lit the match. Those court filings claim Worden Butler used a crossbow to intimidate contractors installing a fence and dug a trench along the property line. The fight came to a head in November when Butler and Alexis Harnett reportedly burned a cross facing their black neighbors, Sean and Monica Williams' home. Solicitor Jimmy Richardson now wants Butler and Harnett evicted and the house boarded up for a year, but the homeowner is fighting back, calling their request an overreach of government.
If the cross burning don't work, you start showing titties don't nobody want to see. Listen, let me tell you something, Alexis. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. I don't respect y'all, you're soft. Don't burn a cross in your own yard to scare black neighbors. If you're really about that racist, white supremacist life, go burn a cross in those colored people yards like your great-grandparents used to, okay? Y'all let the KKK down, all right? There was a time in the early 20th century where the Klan used to burn crosses on hillsides as a way to intimidate and threaten black people and other marginalized groups, but I don't respect that. Set the cross on fire in a Negro's yard if you really about that action. But the other question we should be asking ourselves is, are we back to burning crosses in the 2020s, or did the cross burning never stop? Okay. Alexis is due back in court later this month on an unrelated third-degree assault and battery charge. Between the doing jumping jacks topless, the burning crosses in the yard to intimidate black neighbors, and a 3rd-degree assault and battery charge, I believe she deserves to be in jail. Okay? I believe she deserves to be in jail. Now, I want to see how tough she is. Okay, that's why I think she needs to stay in jail. When I see folks do traditional, old school Southern racism, I want to see what their hands is about. Okay, so I think in jail they should let the whole jail know what she did. Same way folks know when someone, killed kids or molested kids or harmed kids in some way. You should let the jail know she's a cross burner, and let's see what her hands is about. Okay, this woman should be charged with domestic terrorism because cross-burning is a domestic act of terror. Period. Please let Kathy Griffin give Alexis Harnett the biggest hee-haw.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
Chelsea Handler, please let Chelsea Handler give her the biggest hee-haw too.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
OG Chris Rock got something to say?
Cracker ass cracker.
What about my girl? I ain't checking my girl. My girl still work at the restaurant? Okay.
All right.
That's crazy. I wonder how white people even listen to the show. They probably be like, you know what?
The white people that listen to this show, they don't like racists either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like white supremacists.
Probably don't like cracker either.
Yeah, they don't. No, but they know they not crackers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a difference. Same way there's a difference between black people and niggas. There's a difference between, good white people and crackers.
I got you.
Yeah.
So she really did naked jumping jacks in her front lawn?
Mm-hmm. There's a video.
Ew.
Big.
No, she's not big. No, she's not big. She just look like she eats meth for breakfast with her Frosted Flakes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Well, she deserved it.
Thank you for that donkey today.
Eat meth with breakfast with her Fruit Loops.
You want to see her?
Up next.
Yeah, let me say. Oh my God, yeah. Crazy.
Yes.
All right. Up next, Jess
Now,
Fix My
I'm not
Mess.
gonna lie, she
What?
need to be in the Klan. Because she need to wear a hood all the time.
Yo,
She
shut
don't
up.
never need to see.
800-585-1051. Jess Fix My Mess. If you're having relationship issues, problems, and you need some help, Jess is here for you. 800-585-1051. Call it now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
X about me.
Relationship problems?
X about me.
You need to beat your coworker's ass.
X about me.
Your coworker need to beat your ass? Call it up. It's Dr. Jess, and I'm here to fix your mess. It's getting very much messy. Let me fix it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Jess Fix My Mess. And on the line, we have Alex. Alex, good morning.
I'm here.
Hey,
Hello,
Alex.
Alex. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Jess?
I'm good. What's wrong?
First off, congratulations on the spot on the show. I've been rooting for you since the first time you came and guest host.
Thank you.
So I've been with my wife for like 13 years, and we have 4 children together. And I reached back for a divorce because I was working all the time and was coming home and really wasn't getting no love in return. Even though I was taking care of everything. But so we're both kind of talking to other people right now, and I've just been asking God to really guide me. Even though this new person I'm talking to fits all my needs, I just feel like God is pushing me back to her and basically go home.
Alex, tell him what you said. He left his wife for another woman and he wants his wife back.
Oh, so you said you asked for a divorce. Are you guys divorced?
No, we're not divorced yet. It's only been like a month and a half since I asked for it.
So that's why God is trying to take you back, because you got a contract under him and you didn't break it. You didn't do the divorce. So that's why you didn't properly contractually break that covenant like you should have. So that's probably why God is trying to steer you back into the room with your wife, because for better for worse, until divorce.
Right, it's just crazy because I don't even know why I would want to go back, but now I just find myself thinking about her all the time.
Yeah, but okay, so it's a fight between your mind and your heart, would you say? Because you mentally you're still trying to figure out, why am I going back? But your heart is like, your wife is where it's at.
Basically, yes.
Well, honestly, I feel like that can be fixed, with communication. That is it. That is all. Did you find out that your wife was loving on somebody else? That's why she wasn't loving on you?
Nah, she is talking to a guy who actually tried to get her 10 years ago to take my son away, and we'll move with him. When I say over my dead body. So yeah, And I think it's part of the reason that I don't want her to be with him either.
Right. Because you guys have unfinished business, and that's not neglect the fact that y'all two are still married. How does she feel? Does she find herself wanting you back?
If she did up until this week when I finally said, like, yo, I think I want to go back to you, and now she kind of like, well, I think I might want to give him a chance, so I'm kind of stuck in that situation.
How long y'all been separated? Because it just seemed like this is lingering. How long is this separation? How long y'all been seeing other people?
We've been talking about divorce for years, but like, it's only been a month and a half, but we both already talking to other people.
Oh yeah, so y'all been kind of checked out then. If y'all been talking about divorce for years, y'all kind of been... It's been years that y'all kind of checked out. But I think with counseling, therapy, I mean, marriages can be put back together. They can be healed. A lot of marriages, people just go their separate ways. I've never been married before, but I have two parents that was for 30-something years. And they had talked about divorce for years, but it didn't happen until later. And they both are happy now. If that's not what you want, get your wife back. Don't be stubborn. Don't be prideful. She needs to do the same thing. If she feel like she can make something work with the other man, God gonna direct her right back to you too, because y'all still have not divorced.
Yeah, you're right. I'll go get her back.
Yeah, you will. So check back in with me.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Good luck, bro. Yeah. All right. Just fix my mess. 800-585-1051. If you need some relationship help or you're having problems and you need Jess to help you, call her now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have D on the line. D.
Hi.
D, you going through some problems. You better holler at Jess and hopefully she can help you.
What's up, D?
So, about 2 years ago, I found out that my sister was in a relationship with my fiance who I had been with for about 8 years or so.
Oh my God, Kardashian problems. All right, what happened?
Yeah. So, I'm past all of that. Like, they're still together. I could really care less about it. I'm in a happy place. But so she's my half sister by my dad.
Okay. So there's no whole loyalty there. Half sister.
Well, not
okay.
even that. It's just because I only say that she's my half sister because she's from my dad. But my dad's family and him, I guess they all pretty much knew that she's doing this with my fiance. And so now, fast forward to today, anytime there's a family event or family get together, nobody wants to tell me whether she'll be there or not. And then I feel a way that I guess because everybody's okay with the pricelessness that she's doing, but then still be expecting me to be around her, at these events and things. So I just want to know how to move forward.
The best advice on how to move forward with being around your half sister who's with your fiance. That's what you're asking?
Well, no, more with my family.
Your family, because you felt like your family kind of betrayed you because they knew what she was doing behind your back. You didn't know.
They knew about it, and now it's like this expectation that every time there's some type of family event or something that nobody gives me the courtesy of letting you know whether she's even going to be there or not.
Has anybody... Yeah, well, they're not doing that because they probably felt... Have you shared with all of them your feelings? Like, yo, I feel like y'all betrayed me. Have you felt... Has anybody apologized to you?
Not necessarily apologized, but the response that I'm getting mainly from, like, my dad or, like, my grandma or my aunt is just that she's family, so, we're going to have to make
suck it up,
work.
basically, and like, you just have to deal with it.
As, like, a priority. Like, I don't feel like anybody's thinking about how I would feel in situations that they keep kind of putting me around her. So I don't know if I just need to avoid my family or what.
Well, do you feel comfortable in these spaces? Because you did say in the beginning of the call that you could care less. Although it is wrong, I'm not justifying their actions because that is BS. That's crazy and it's nasty. But do you really not care less, or are you a little hurt by it, or do you have bitter feelings? Like, do you really do you not want to be there? Does it make you uncomfortable?
Them being together truly doesn't bother me anymore. Like their relationship and stuff truly doesn't bother me. There is pain from my sister betraying me because that was truly my best friend that I would never expect to do something like that to me. So I'm not bothered by the relationship. I don't know how to get past it's my sister. So there's always going to be some hurt feelings there because you betrayed me.
Mhm.
But I feel like because my family already knew and because they still remain in contact with her, that it feels like they're not putting my feelings as a priority
Yeah.
when it comes to having us all around.
Well, I feel like, if you have voiced this, only if you have voiced this to your family, whether it be negative or positive, professional, nice, whatever, then you really don't want to put yourself in compromising situations. You never want to make yourself feel miserable intentionally. So I would say fall back. I mean, but then you're like, they're my family, but also they didn't really seem to care about you. And if somebody show you that once and there's no remorse, they gonna keep showing you that. So distance yourself. If you really, really want to fix it, talk to your family about doing therapy with them. Talk to your sister about doing it with her. Whatever hurts whoever hurts you the most, talk about doing therapy if you feel like it's reconcilable. If not, I would say don't disturb your peace and be around that if you do feel some type of way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but good luck, babe.
Yeah, I thank you.
Good luck, mama.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. Oh, and if anybody's listening, if you could go to the Justice for Jodeci Facebook page. My sister was murdered about 5 years ago. So if anybody can go to that page and check out that information, I'd truly appreciate it. But I hope you guys have a great morning.
You too.
Thank you.
All right. Just fix my mess. 800-585-1051. Now, when we come back, we got Jess with the mess coming up.
Adidas donate Yeezy proceeds to anti-hate groups. Now, I know that they said they was been going to do that, but they actually did. They started donating, so we're going to get into that.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let me salute to Bun B. Salute to Houston's own Bun B. Every year he does the rodeo out in Houston. And again, last night he put on a show. So salute to Bun B. He brought out DMC. He brought out Drake. He brought out the whole Houston, man. So salute to Bun B. He kills it. He does it each and every year. One year I'm going to get out there and rock with you, Unc Bun. But salute to Bun. All right. Let's get to Jess with the mess.
Yeah.
All right.
This is real. Jess Hilarious, Jess the Robin Moore. Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, I music real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
All right, salute to Bombay. Adidas to donate Yeezy proceeds to anti-hate groups. Now, Adidas said that they were thinking about doing this. They was going to do this or whatever, but they actually did start. They announced that they will use the money from last year's Yeezy sales to donate to anti-Semitism and anti-hate groups. They're planning to give away more than $150 million, and they reported that they had $1.3 billion worth of Yeezy sneakers in their, dollars worth of Yeezy sneakers in their warehouse after ending their partnership, which I think is crazy. They made the decision to sell the remaining products in 3 batches. Adidas recorded roughly $330 million profit off of Yeezy's inventory in 2023. The company already made donations to the Anti-Defamation League, the Felonies and Keita Floyd Institute for Social Change, run by the brother of George Floyd.
Yep.
So altogether they gave away $10 million already.
I'm not mad at that.
I don't think they're gonna stop selling Yeezy. I think they're gonna keep producing because they make so much money off of it.
Yeah.
And I really don't. Outside of Yeezy brand, you do see Adidas, but not like the Yeezys. Like the Yeezys are still, people still want to buy them. They still go to StockX and get them. They still resell them. I can't see them stopping.
What do you mean outside of Yeezys?
Crazy?
You don't see Adidas?
No, I say outside of Adidas, I only see people wearing Yeezys. I don't really see too many people wearing too many other editions of Adidas.
I think we don't pay attention because we don't realize Adidas' bread and butter is football.
Soccer,
so when you
football.
see the jerseys and all of that, you see mad kids in soccer jerseys and all that. So it's not just sneakers that they selling; they selling merchandise and everything.
But they said they made like $500-600 million off of Yeezys, right?
Yeah, $500-600 million, but they're like a $4 or $5 billion company.
But that's still gonna hurt if you don't make $500-600 million.
But you don't think after ending the partnership that's kind of crazy? Like, Why you just won't get rid of the shoes? Like, why y'all just won't cancel the line?
Oh, because they had all the inventory. They had all the leftover inventory. That's what that was. So all the leftover inventory they had. That's the deal they did with Kanye to sell and donate to the hate group.
But wasn't he?
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I'm sorry too. They're a $39 billion company. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wasn't Ye mad though because they were putting out colorways that he didn't approve?
That he didn't even approve.
Yeah,
you know, they were still making new shoes. I
Right.
could see if that was just leftover inventory.
Right.
They were still making.
That's
new
what I was
shoes,
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Adidas. They own that.
Okay.
They signed the contract.
I understand that. Okay.
That's the contract he signed.
I still see like, oh my God, that's kind of crazy. All right, look. And politics. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that they are ready for nuclear war, not just regular war. He said nuclear. Earlier Wednesday morning, Putin said that Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons and Russia's sovereignty or its independence is threatened. Right? So Putin has repeatedly talked about his readiness to use nuclear weapons since their full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24th, 2022. Now, Putin's previous threat came in his State of the Union address last month when he basically said to the West that jumping in this fight with Ukraine will put y'all in my business, which puts y'all in the line of fire. He was also asked if he has ever considered using battlefield nuclear weapons in Ukraine, and he responded and said, no, there's no need for that. You know what I mean? He also noted that he doesn't think that the world is heading for a nuclear war. He did also say that does not mean a war is happening now, but basically we got it on us, so watch how y'all moving. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. You know, it's amazing to me that, you know, it's not more conversation around these stories because he's been flirting with it and dancing with it. For him to downright say it
out of nowhere,
it's like, yo, why is this not more conversation around this?
Yeah, and it's also kind of like you said, flirting around and playing around it, and it's unwarranted because nobody did anything. That's why he said it's not happening right now. We just, you know, it's a warning to other countries, especially to the U.S. To be cautious going forward. And then also, which is
and China responded to them too. Yeah, they said that that nuclear powers should jointly seek de-escalation following Putin's statement that Russia is prepared for a possible nuclear conflict.
Also, what is interesting is that the Russia's presidential election is also tomorrow. It begins tomorrow and it goes all the way through Sunday.
And how can you play with this kind of rhetoric at a time where people can fake so many things?
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence can fake so many things. You can fake voices. You can fake tweets. You can fake phone calls. Like once you see a world leader say something like this, somebody can just put something out there that's not true and have people knucking and bucking all over the world.
Well, they just posted a picture of Putin's palace, right? It's like $1.4 billion. It's on an island where that you can only get to it a certain way, and it has all these bunkers which you can go down just in case of anything. And they just said he just finished it, which scares me. Is like if they just finished it, he gonna go into hiding for a little bit.
Yeah. So he's just, you know, flexing on us or whatever. But real quick, Lil Mama gets candid about dealing with the depression after the stunt she pulled in 2009. So she sat down with my fellow Baltimorean, the J Hill podcast, when she got emotional while explaining how she dealt with depression and all that after the MTV Awards.
In the beginning, I was hurt. Tyrese called my phone as soon as I got home. He was like, bro, you ain't tell me you was performing? First of all, my heart is racing. I'm already mad embarrassed. And I had to deal with like that Love on the radio in the morning, Wendy Williams, Angie Martinez, who she talked to Jay. And he was just like, yeah, you know, I didn't like it. And he was so angry. And I was just trying my best to do everything I could. After a while, I was like, forgive yourself, bro. Move forward.
That ain't make you like depressed or nothing?
Bro, I was hurt. I was depressed. I was like, yo, what's going on? And then you got everybody telling you like you doing bad. People pointing at you like, what did you do?
How was you able to get through that?
I be thinking about like real life stuff that people go through, bro. It's people going through worse than me, bro. And that's what helped me be like, yo, I'm good.
So, I'm sorry, I said MTV Awards. It was the MTV VMA Awards. Now, Alicia Keys, when we heard from her, she was like, basically, she didn't even know that she was right there. But Jay-Z has spoke to Angie Martinez about that.
Me, personally, I would never do that. I would never have the nerve to do that.
Right.
You know, it's just like someone's up there performing. Like, we work really hard at their performance to put on the show for people, you know, and to interrupt that moment for us, I don't think that was the right thing to do. I actually thought it was the equivalent to what Kanye did to Taylor Swift, but nobody really talked about that because I'm not a little sweet girl from the middle of America.
Right.
I'm cool with her, you know, being excited and all that. I understand that, but, you know, you also have to understand that, you know, people put in work to, to make that performance happen. That took weeks.
Were you angry?
Yeah, I was a little angry. Yeah, to be honest. But what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fight Little Mama.
Free Little Mama, man.
Yeah.
Free Little Mama. There is no way in hell folks are still holding on to this Little Mama interrupting Jay-Z Alicia Keys story.
And what you mean, folks? She was the
that's what I'm
press
saying. You know what? She probably should let it go, because her talking about it on Jay Hill's show will have people talking about it this morning.
Yep.
Right.
You playing
Just
the Jay-Z
like me.
audio. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, and also Little Mama has to look at it a different way too.
Mm-hmm.
She a legend.
Yeah, she is.
She interrupted Jay-Z and Alicia Keys.
But maybe she don't want to be a legend for that.
2009, she wasn't. She just had lip gloss.
She's
and
the
that's when
first
she walked
meme.
up there.
Little Mama's the first meme, if you think about it.
But then it was like, did you really get lost in all this? Because Beyonce pulled you back and he was like, nah, chill, B.
No, the funny part, she tried to bring Beyonce on stage with her.
No, she didn't. She
go watch the video. She tried to pull and Beyonce let her hand go.
I thought she snapped. No, she snatched.
The fact
away,
we even
like,
talking about this.
She's like, Beyonce, no, you're not from here. Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? She went up there and Alicia said she ain't see it. But girl, she was right there.
Free Little Mama, man.
Put y'all fingers down.
Free Little Mama.
And that is Jess With The Mess. What do we do in this Breakfast Club documentary? Because we got to talk about the time.
Free Little Mama.
Little Mama's dad was going to pop me because of Charlamagne? We'll talk about it in the documentary.
Why ain't Pop Charlamagne?
Because I was there. I was the one that pulled up, and he seen me.
Oh,
salute to Little Mama's father. Salute to her whole family. Free Little Mama, man.
I'm glad we
gotta get her back up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Salute to Little Mama.
Yeah,
all
give
right.
us some, send us some healing energy and set her down with one of your therapists to heal her mental.
So long ago.
illness.
And by the way, she's been up here 3 or 4 times.
Okay, and she was probably depressed all them times, and you so busy joking you didn't see.
Guys, we gotta go. We gotta go.
with me?
We gotta go. We'll be back.
Well, bye,
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Who run the world, girls?
It's Women's History Month, and we're celebrating the most influential women in history. Check out this phenomenal woman.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's Women's History Month, and who we repping today, Jess?
We are repping Jane Marie Lynch. Jane Marie Lynch is an actress, comedian, and singer. She is mostly known for starring as Sue Sylvester in the musical comedy series Glee. She also earned an Emmy for that. But I really know her from playing the manager from the 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's my favorite. She was so funny in that. And with all her success in performing on TV shows, Broadway shows, and movies, Jane has also revealed that she has been deaf in her right ear for almost all her life. And something funny about it is, right, when she was 7, up until she was 7, she thought it was regular. She thought everybody was deaf in one ear.
Wow.
Yes, white people crazy. But today she is married to her wife, Jennifer Chaney, and continues to make appearances on TV shows and podcasts, etc. I love you, Jane.
All right. Well, salute to Jane.
Yes.
Yes, Jane, salute to you.
Y'all ever seen 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, that's the manager who worked at the store at the store for them. You never seen that?
Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, with Romney Malco's in there.
Yes,
Kevin
that was
Hart's in there for a second.
Kevin Hart is in it. That is so funny.
All right.
All right.
Well, when we come back, we got the positive notice, The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
And that was another phenomenal woman in history.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, it's time for a positive note.
It is, and I don't know why I keep doing this at the same time every day. I'm starting to sound like the music on the radio that plays at the same time every day. But make sure you get your tickets for the 2nd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival happening Saturday, April 27th, Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. Wallow and Gilly gonna be on that stage. The Poor Minds podcast gonna be on that stage. Debbie Brown with Deeply Well gonna be on that stage. The Baller Alert Show is gonna be on that stage. Horrible Decisions gonna be on that stage. Jess Hilarious gonna be on that stage with Carefully Reckless. We have some dope panels that are gonna be on that stage too. We have Financials 101. About how to make money in podcasting. John Hope Bryant from Money and Wealth Podcast, he'll be on that panel. Carrie Champion will be on that panel. My man Glasses Malone will be on that panel. Mandy B from Horrible Decisions will be on that panel. And we have another panel called Shifting Podcast Content and Brand Norms. A lot of good panels too, man, just like last year. So make sure you go get your tickets, blackeffect.com/podcast festival, or just go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. And we'll see you Saturday, April 27th at the 2nd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. Now, the positive note is simply this. Yes,
you didn't
Jess.
tell me she was on the panel. Oh, my God.
Just, the positive note is simply this. Never blame others for your problems. You are responsible for your own life. No one else is. No one else will ever be. When you blame and criticize others, you are avoiding some truth about yourself. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?